reporters in our business know how to listen. And when you listen, you get the truth.
For NBC News,
I'm Tom Yamas. That's what we do every night.
NBC Nightly News with Tom Yamas. Evenings on NBC.
Planning a trip to Orlando? After the rides and roller coasters, keep the fun going at the legendary Cocoa Beach, the closest beach to Orlando. Whether you're surfing the waves, paddling with dolphins, or kayaking alongside gentle manatees, Cocoa Beach is where adventure meets relaxation. So, when you visit Orlando, don't just stop at the theme parks. Add some sand, surf, and sunshine to your trip to Cocoa Beach on Florida's Space Coast. Visit legendarycocobeach.com today.
Greenway Kia is under new management. With 3 great locations across Central Florida and one of the area's largest selections, we want to see you in a Kia. Upgrade your summer adventure in a brand new 2025 Kia Sportage EX. Lease it for just $149 per month for 24 months with $39.95 due at signing and 0 security deposit. I'm Joe Rossi, and I want to see you in a Kia. Visit greenwaykias.com today.
Qualified applicants through KFA. Includes $650 acquisition fee, 10,000 miles per year, plus tax title license, $899 dealer, and $249.50 doc fee. Expires 7/15/25.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Good news, commercial and SBA loan rates are falling too. Get a quote to refinance your business loan today at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
ThatmortgageguyDon.com. Men, trouble in the bedroom? Not anymore. Premier Men's Medical Center restores your sex life in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate erectile dysfunction and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Premier Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Premier Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. You'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients get their testosterone checked free. Call 407-337-5569. 407-337-5569. To restore your sex life in just one visit, call now. 407-337-5569.
Think you're not the suing type? But you aren't at fault. I'm Orlando injury attorney Mo DeWitt. You didn't choose this accident, the bills, or the damage. Don't cover for someone else's mistake. Just call Mo. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.com.
Mom and Dad seem different after a European-style holiday on MSC Cruises.
Call us Cloud and Yvette.
The ship had restaurants, shops, and nightlife.
La Galleria.
And of course, American touches, like an aqua park and a sweets shop.
American je ne sais quoi.
Mom, you're from Wisconsin.
Wisconsin, Kevin.
Book now and save up to 30% off, plus kids sail free. MSC Cruises. Let's holiday. To book, visit msccruises.com or contact your travel advisor. Restrictions apply. Ships registered in Panama and Malta.
Orlando, we're here to let you know that FAS Exteriors is Orlando's #1 window, door, and roofing contractor. You can count on fair pricing, install perfection, and customer satisfaction every time. Trust the leader. Trust FAS Exteriors. Schedule your free consultation now at FASWD.com.
You're great at protecting your personal information. You might even use things like two-factor authentication and strong passwords. But as much as you try to control how your info's protected, there are other places that also have it, and they may not be as careful. That's why LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points a second for threats. If your identity's stolen, they'll fix it guaranteed, or your money back. Save 40% your first year with my name, Clay, as the promo code at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
Broadcasting live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1, Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeartRadio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeartRadio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good. Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. The News Junkie is on. The 3 best friends you never knew you had, running through the most viral real stories of the day. The news junkie Sean Wasson with Sabrina and C-Lane.
It is Monday, June 16th, 2025. Lots to get to today, from Vance Boelter captured alive to the No Kings protest across the country this weekend, and a pregnancy announcement on a plane goes viral, plus your calls, dispatches, emails, texts, and more. Sabrina is out. Hello, C-Lane.
What's happening?
Josh is with us.
What's up?
And so are you. You can join us. Send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch right now. You can also watch the show on YouTube and twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. Your message is rolling right to the studio in real time. How's everybody doing on a Monday?
Not bad.
Yeah, hanging in there.
Yeah,
All
pretty
right.
good. How about you?
Goodish. Full week ahead of us. Seems like we're all ready to go. Seems like we got some connections happening here. We got a lot of new equipment and bells and whistles that we're going to be working on in the next, couple of months here during the show. So excited about that. But, there's always room for things to fail absolutely miserably. You know how it goes, right? And I don't want to curse myself with that, but I just want to say gentlemen, we're going to have a great show today.
Hell yes.
Yeah. All right.
Let's go.
Josh may try to screw it up. He may do his best to take this thing down into the muck, but we will rise up.
But what? I'm a saboteur now?
I don't know. I'm never sure. Judging by the things you called me right before the show, I just never know what's going on.
It's a term of endearment.
Is it? Yeah. Sometimes it doesn't feel that way. All right, let's put our ear to the ground, our fingers on the pulse. Let's see what's happening in this great big wide world of ours. And we go to Fox News, baby. Yes.
All right.
Indeed. There was a military parade this weekend, and I tuned in. I watched a little bit of the military parade action. Got to be honest with you, I got fired up, got ready for the United States of America to be on display, and I'll just be real. I was very underwhelmed. I was very underwhelmed. It turns out the North Koreans are better at marching than the United States soldiers. We are better at bombing everything and dominating, and they are better at marching. And the whole thing was kind of weird. So I want to explore that a little bit for those of you who missed this big military parade this weekend. But over on Fox News, they were celebrating the 250th anniversary of the U.S. military, and why not? One of them, seemed to be celebrating perhaps a bit too hard. Let's listen in.
With us now is former Defense Intel Agency officer Rebecca Koffler. Rebecca, what are your thoughts tonight on the incredible symbolism and the messaging that we saw here tonight from the Commander-in-Chief on the Army's 250th birthday?
I got to tell you, even just looking at Rebecca when her cam comes up, I'm like, ooh. Rebecca looks a little drunk. Rebecca is smiling far too much into the camera, and Rebecca, she's drunk. Yeah, she is indeed, or at least she sounds like it. Let's listen into her.
I am so excited, Emily and Lucas Tomlinson.
Oh my!
Everybody, this is.
Did you hear how hard she tried to say that guy's name on Fox News?
Tomlinson.
It was like there were so many syllables in it. We were never going to get to the end. Emily and Lucas Tomlinson. I'm so excited, so thrilled to be with you. Tell me this lady is not drunk. It's like a radio breathalyzer right now. Hang on, I'm going to turn this up just a tad bit more so you can hear a bit better. Here we go.
Your hearing is going.
What? No,
you turn everything up lately.
No, it's Twitter videos are not loud. They're just not loud enough.
If I could do a shot for every time you said, I'm going to pump this thing up a little bit. Give me a second while I pump this thing up.
I don't want to have to pump it up.
I would turn into this lady.
I don't want to have to pump it up, but I'm going to. I mean, I got to do what I got to do. What the hell is going on with my browser over
big
here?
Pump here.
No, now I broke everything. I told you this was going to be a giant failure. Now I broke absolutely everything over here.
You just told us we were going to have an amazing show.
Yeah, and then you guys started ruining it.
Oh, it's both of us now.
Yeah, I think
not just
so.
Me. So maybe
Hang
it's
on. Hang on. Watch your mouth, okay? Please. All right? Oh, my God. Oh, my God. There's so many buttons that are screwing up right now. Okay, I think I got to start this over. I think that's the best way to handle this. The lady is drunk, right? She's on Fox News. unless he like completely screwed up
Former
everything.
Defense
Okay, we're
Intel
back.
Agency
We're back.
Officer Rebecca Koffler.
Let's go back to Rebecca.
What are your thoughts tonight on the incredible symbolism and the messaging that we saw here tonight from the Commander-in-Chief on the Army's 250th birthday?
I am so excited, Emily and Lucas Tomlinson. Everybody, like, this is incredible. Finally, the United States is back. I want to really thank all of our Army, Navy, and Air Force.
This lady is absolutely
How did they not catch this before they put her on the air? Like, I understand that it's a weekend, but this is a pretty big thing that Fox News is covering.
There's a producer who interviewed her before.
Somebody had to speak with her, and unless she got on very prim and proper, and then she's like, "Oh my gosh, I'm really nervous to be on Fox News." Let me
drink a whole bottle of vodka.
Let me get a couple toots off the old pen, or drink a whole lot of vodka. Yeah.
This is what I sound like after my THC drink kicks in. That's what I like. The moment that it hits, I'm like, well, then Joshua Fowler. I'm not keeping it together. Do they must rope this lady in, right? Like, this is kind of embarrassing.
I haven't
you can't
watched
have
this
happening. No, I mean, either. I haven't seen the end of it. I haven't been able to.
Officers who have been sacrificing their lives, literally. Their families have been contributing to the mission.
Okay.
Most of the time for the past quarter of a century, because of the mismanagement
she's getting it in control.
The administrative states, they've been fighting these foreign wars, but with our...
Every time Josh laughs at this, I think that that's a producer in the background.
It probably is, yeah. The producer's mic ain't on, but the same sounds are going into it. The producer's like, ha. I told them she was hammered. They said, no, we booked her. Let's do the interview. She's going to be fine here.
New in chief, Donald J. Trump. Wait,
what did she just say? Hang on.
I don't know.
That's allegedly Donald J. Trump that you just said. Let me go back to her here. Again, this is former Defense Intel Agency Officer Rebecca Koffler. She's very excited about this military parade this weekend.
New in chief, Donald J. Trump.
Donald J. Trump.
Rising America first. And I want to thank these officers for all of these sacrifices and
Yep. All right, lady, wrap it up.
Their families have been doing. Yes. Lawrence Jones, you're rapping, man. Like,
what the hell?
This lady is a disaster.
This reminds me of when y'all were doing a hurricane broadcast and you got me on Zoom, but I was already into my hurricane supplies.
Yeah.
Same thing. Except on TV.
Oh, good God. Well, they were having a good time. And she was having a better time. That's maybe one of the bigger problems that they're facing there. But there's that lady. And it was all part of the festivities, man. I talked to people over the weekend about this. I was like, what did you think? What did you think? And even big Trump people were like, I don't know. It seems like it wasn't the best organized event, right? Like, it seemed like maybe they threw it together a little too soon. Here's some of the crowds. They had like a main event thing near the White House. And I'm just looking at this is pretty sparsely attended, honestly. This is supposed to be the big military parade, Trump's birthday and all that. There's not a ton of people here. Oh, yeah. All right, they're bumping some music. But the field... And maybe it filled up a lot more than this.
It's not even actual recorded Lizzo. It's someone performing a Lizzo song.
Is it really?
Yes.
Okay. It was a big stage, a big backdrop, but there just didn't seem to be a lot of people out there for whatever reason. I mean, it was
they
a
picked
hot
the
weekend.
wrong field.
Yeah, there's a lot of green.
If somebody came to us and they said, hey, News Junkie, we got a great venue for you to do your next event at, and just come out, meet us here, and I saw that field, I'd say, bye.
Yeah.
See you later. What are you going to drop in the middle of this field to make it look like this isn't the emptiest thing ever?
This is when you, as an organizer, go, what are the biggest tables you got? What can we, fill this big area up with? Because there aren't enough bodies here right now. It's not looking great, but there were some other moments that I thought were worth spending some time on. And we're going to talk about a ton of stuff today. We're going to talk about this guy that they just captured alive in the middle of the night. But there were some fun things about this protest in D.C. They had some hands-on action. I don't even know if you guys saw this, but you could play with some things if you were out there.
I'm back in. What happened?
All right.
Why didn't they put that on the flyer?
I don't know, but the soldiers were out there with RPGs, and they're like, hey, you want to play with RPG? Here you go. And they gave it to people. Hey, man, get your hands on it. And the guy grabs the rocket-propelled grenade, looks like a bazooka, you know? He's ready to take a picture with his friend. Now they're like putting assault rifles on some old Chinese lady or something.
A light machine gun.
Yeah, is it? Yeah, with a big old magazine here. So everybody gets to pose with all these weapons of war.
Are these weapons being pointed at people? I know that they're likely not loaded, but it's just not a good look.
How epic would it be if this lady with the bazooka just smoked somebody?
Well, like
they forgot they left a rocket in there.
She goes, so you just hold it like that, bam, and the rocket goes off.
You're in Washington, D.C., at a huge military event. You're just handing people automatic weapons. And if they point that thing in the wrong direction, the Secret Service is going to tackle them.
It does seem a little weird to have like metal detectors and then this.
Was there like a list of rules to suspend to allow this little thing to happen?
I mean, am I crazy? Is this the closest that a rocket-propelled grenade has ever been to the White House? Like, the White House is right next to where they are, and there's some old lady like, I'll hold the bazooka, okay?
Yeah. Well, that's probably the closest that many tanks have ever been to the White House.
I guess so. They're just posing with these. Everybody goes up, take your cool war photo, and then I would want to do it, I think. But it's kind of hilarious, and if there was some sort of mishap. Okay, now they got him on top of the tank, just aiming the guns all the way around, and some lady who's giving it a shot here.
Yeah. For me, in the event full of people, even though it wasn't as heavily attended as they had hoped it would be, it still seems like there's no safe direction to aim those guns in.
No, not one of those. I mean, these are like big weapons. You got to be careful with these
I've
things.
told you guys before that when I've gone camping in the woods and I'm around people who are routinely around guns, and then they're like, you want to fire the gun? And I'm like, yeah. But they know, and they would do things to me where I'm like, oh my gosh, that this makes total sense. Like, I would hold the gun a certain way and not realize that the end of it is pointing towards somebody, and they would just grab my hand and just push it down, and like,
here you go, dummy.
And I was like, I felt like an idiot for a second, but I was like, it's a good lesson.
Yeah, you learn it one time and one time only.
Yeah.
At least you're supposed to. I love this moment, and this happened repeatedly throughout the military parade this weekend. Not a lot of people think about maybe the condition of some of our equipment, how old it is, whether or not it's prepared for the occasion. But just watching the military parade feed, when you kick it on and hearing the noises of the tanks was such a hilarious thing to me for some reason. Like, this is what I'm talking about. This is what the parade sounded like. These are the noises of the parade. That's a tank. It's a little squeaky tank just making its way across the street in front of these very full stands that were back there. I don't think people wanted to see this. They wanted to do other things this weekend. It wasn't this, unfortunately. And there was just a lot of weird stuff. I don't know if you saw this moment, but this was maybe one of my favorites of the day. If you missed this, real quick, Sealan.
People would want to see it if it hadn't turned into this big, line in the sand. Like, you're coming to this because you're a Trump guy. I think I haven't been around a whole lot of tanks. That would have been cool to see.
That's obvious, yeah.
But when they turn, it's obvious to you?
Yeah. I mean,
you just look at me and go, this is a guy that hasn't been around tanks?
I look at you and I say a lot of things. But yes, that is one of the things that I
First of all,
say.
screw you. But what is it that you think you look like? A tank guy? Because
let's just check. Let's check something here. Instagram what do you C dash Lane?
Clane86 on Instagram.
Clane86, CLANE86 on Instagram. All right, when I pull up your Instagram, I see a man with a White Claw on a big tire with chains on it.
Yeah, it's called a tire swing.
I see your adorable son Jackson here. Yeah. I see some embarrassing screenshots of me. There's Lexi, your dog. I see all those things. Let's see what happens when you pull up the news junkie and oh wow, yeah. No, I mean, looks a lot more military-like over on my Instagram. Does it not?
Yes.
I mean, you could see.
You just happen to have that picture on the ready.
Just happened to. This is legitimately an Army photograph of me. I got a little grenade. I got guns. So, yeah, I mean, I think when people look at me, they think that's a man who is a veteran because of his associations and who is a tough guy who's experienced these kind of things. Yeah, I think that people probably see that.
Well, look at me. I stand corrected, guys.
Thank you. Thank you.
What a defeat.
Wow.
I don't know.
I'm glad you were able to admit that. I'm glad you were the bigger guy.
I don't know that there's enough aloe here at iHeartMedia headquarters to properly heal this burn.
I'll have them bring that in. The equivalent of one of those giant bazooka guns.
My wife's at Costco right now. Maybe she can buy like the big one.
Perhaps. All right, this was one of my favorite moments. Let's listen in. All right, here we go. 250th anniversary of the military. Soldiers marching through, making their way up to the venue here. There's quite a few of them. And
special thanks to our sponsor, Coinbase.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. How much did Coinbase pay to sponsor?
Now dealing in Fartcoin, it's Coinbase.
What is that? Not only is it an advertisement at our military parade, which I don't know, maybe if they paid for it and then we didn't incur a whole bunch of costs as taxpayers, that's cool. I dig it. I get behind it. But
pass the savings along to the taxpayer. It didn't cost you a dime. It was all on Coinbase.
It was all on Coinbase.
Happy birthday, me.
Just walking through, marching.
Special thanks to our sponsor, Coinbase.
That's right. Coinbase, our sponsor of the military parade out here.
That's
and
all
finally,
they said. They didn't even say anything about Coinbase.
That's it. Then they wanted to get sort of the futuristic fighters, C-Lane. And so they got these soldiers, brave soldiers, and they're marching down the street. And somebody who I think is a bad person, just personally, I think they're a bad person. Somebody said, you guys, we have to show you guys like you're like the future of the Army. Take this drone. And so they're marching, but one guy has a drone and they don't necessarily know what to do with it. So
he's just
walking along holding a drone.
Not even flying it.
Yeah. No. I don't know if it ran out of batteries or something, but we just like a soldier kit. We got drones, just so you know. And these aren't, just so everybody's aware, these aren't the actual drones that the military flexes. This is like a DJI drone or something. This is a little tiny drone.
Tell.
I mean, the military has drones that are so big they launch missiles and stuff.
Oh, yeah, but those look more like planes. They look like mini planes.
Yeah, but when we say drone warfare and stuff, we're not talking about these little guys. They can't even carry enough to do anything.
Tiny drone.
It was quite the affair out there at the military parade this weekend. If you watched it, let me know what you think. Maybe you liked it. Maybe you thought it was a good time. Meanwhile, a quick distraction at the box office this weekend. How to Train Your Dragon #1 with a bullet, $83 million this weekend. Lilo and Stitch coming in at #2 with $15.5 million. The Materialist from A24 at #3, Mission Impossible Final Reckoning. Josh Fowler has said, greatest movie ever made.
Yes.
Of Mission Impossible.
I'm converting to Scientology as well.
Because of
result,
it, yeah,
yes.
yeah. It turns out Scientology didn't want me. I looked into it. Only person they've ever turned down.
Didn't you buy one of those checkers?
I still have the
Phaeton meter or whatever.
Yeah, the e-meters where they tell if you're lying or not. In the world of Scientology, I own 2 briefcases with those in them.
2?
Don't know. Yeah, I don't know. What are you gonna do, man?
We should do it.
What are you gonna do? We could try it. I've tried it before. I'll be honest with you, Josh. They're not really fancy scientific pieces of equipment.
What?
It's literally like a briefcase with two metal cylinders that you hold on to, and they're like, are you lying? Huh? Did you do the gay thing? Huh? You lying? And
that's how they got Travolta.
That's how it works. Ballerina was number 5 at the box office, followed by Karate Kid Legends, Final Destination, The Phoenician Scheme, Life of Chuck, and Sinners in at number 10, which Sinners was a beautiful movie in terms of like cinematically. Oh my God. We watched that the other night. Really enjoyed that. Didn't think it was very scary, but I like me some Michael B. Jordan, and I thought that movie was pretty darn good. I enjoyed that. Okay, we have so many things to get into today. One thing I want to talk about is, of course, they just announced they captured this guy, Vance Boelter, alive. There was a huge manhunt. He shot and killed 2 people, including one elected official and his wife. Then he shot and very, very badly wounded another elected official and his wife. And the whole story is maybe one of the most bizarre things I think I've ever seen in my life. It was so weird. I have questions about literally everything to do with what went down this weekend with this guy, Vance Boelter, with the mask he was wearing, with his wife and her actions and what's going on with her. It is a very interesting story. If you don't know anything about it, buckle up. We're going on that ride together. Plus, a new show on HBO that has a lot of people watching. I think you might be interested in the drama here. What's going on? We'll talk about that. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Odoo.com Traffic Center. Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
All lanes are blocked westbound on I-4 due to a vehicle fire there. Eastbound lanes, the left lane's blocked in that area. Move over and slow down if you see police activity or emergency vehicles on the roadways there. There's a crash off to the shoulder getting cleared up on Florida's Turnpike northbound before exit 244. The roadways are getting busy, so travel with caution this morning. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com, and we sell custom blinds, shades, and shutters at low prices. Our blinds are handcrafted to fit your windows, and if they don't, for any reason, we'll remake them for free. Your satisfaction is always guaranteed at Blindster.com.
Our iHeartRadio Music Festival
Presented by Capital One
is coming back to Las Vegas.
September 19th and 20th. Streaming live only on Hulu.
And you can be there.
For a weekend full of superstar performances, never-before-seen collaborations, and once-in-a-lifetime artist moments you'll have to see to believe. Tickets are on sale now at AXS.com. Get your tickets today at AXS.com. And we'll see you at our 2025 iHeartRadio Music Festival.
Presented by Capital One.
Here in Orlando, we know life doesn't slow down for anything.